Hello. This video is honestly, it's not going to be a very good video because I don't know a lot about this country, but I randomly found out that this empire existed, so I'm bringing it back. Now I'm going to say all the yada yada. There's no world agreements or alliances. There are only relations, all that jazz. And to keep simplicity with the video, because it is like this is supposed to be kind of just a little quick video, you know, just a casual video. I'm not going to have any major conflicts in the Middle East. Um, we're going to have it to where specifically up here is not going to be involved at all because I don't want to even bring it up. But for the rest of the episode, um, orange means it's the Aksume Empire. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it, Aksume or Aksume. And then all their opponents will most likely be colored in blue, unless I say otherwise. Speaking of which, Yemen will actually be doing this. I can't. Is this to Yemen or is this to? Never mind. I don't care. It's just a tiny little island. But they're also going to be invading this tiny little thing right here, left of Djibouti, W country. But oh wait, I need to change stuff. But yeah, they're gonna invade into Djibouti. Very simple, very fast, very demure. Okay, I need to shut up, bro. But then they're going to basically just hold a mass scale invasion on Yemen that is now like super weak and horrible and struggling and all the above. All right. In a peace treaty, they completely annex all of Yemen and Djibouti together. This is mainly because they just completely destroyed both of the countries, so they didn't really sign to a peace agreement because they don't exist. Or at least, like, their government doesn't exist anymore, and the people aren't willing to do anything. Now, we're going to see Ethiopia is going to, try and fight back. They are the aggressors of this war. These guys actually just don't really recognize. Well, they don't recognize anybody anywhere. But they rapidly expanded in knowledge, and now they understand everything. I actually forgot what time period these guys are from, but it doesn't matter because they have modern technology. And I'm also buffing them because, well, this is their video. Now, Sudan actually tells the Aksume Aksume Empire that if they help them take out South Sudan, then they will grant them this land and grant them recognition. And they're going to happily agree to that, but they're also going to ask for assistance with Ethiopia, which they are going to happily grant that help. Oh, great. But yeah, basically now they are allied, not allied, but they might be allied. They might have a non-aggression pact for now, or they're just working together. The Aksumians, not that. They move through the. Hold up. They move through the top part of Ethiopia, and which is kind of unexpected because Ethiopia was the one who decided to do this. They are going to be able to fight back majority of it, but then the Sudanese are going to get here, along with the help of the actual Aksumians, they're going to take over a lot of this western area. However, the Ethiopians are going to completely reclaim all of their northeast land. They will also begin a campaign straight in and try and re-liberate Djibouti, which they do half of it. So as a result, these guys are going to pull out some of their soldiers, and the rest of the Sudanese the rest of the Sudanese that are being deployed to this war, they are going to be sent straight to this front line, which is obviously going to result in a complete pushback, and this is overall going to be sort of a stalemate, sort of. We're going to see some slight gains in these areas, but they are not very stable. Like, they're disappearing as I speak, but they're going to be able to kind of reinforce their Djibouti area and go down very far, and overall just expand this whole area. Now, the Sudanese have kept a really strong foot in this area, and they may or may not be doing things over here, but they're going to continue going down, and they're going to, they're going to do really well. And eventually, something is going to, almost snap in Ethiopia, and they suddenly lose their capacity to do things. This is probably because the Aksume people, they're kind of doing some interesting things to Ethiopia that cause their economy to go plummeting down a little bit. And then the Sudanese, they now have the capital, and they're now encircling some major areas, and not looking good for Ethiopia. They're actually going to go ahead and surrender because, they don't want to deal with that. Now, I have no idea what the geography of this northern part of Ethiopia is, but this is the peace treaty. We're going to see this northern claim go over to the Aksumians, and we're going to see the Sudanese get this piece. Okay, so now instead of the ugly borders that they had from whatever time period they're from, they have these new, not very beautiful borders. And now it's time for the long-awaited jumping of Sudan, South Sudan. We're actually going to see some real heavy invasions operated by the Sudanese and largely helped by the Aksumians. However, they are not being deployed yet because there's actually some stabilizing that they need to do first. But by the time that the Sudanese get about to here and South Sudan is crippling, they kind of establish this enough to where they can send enough people over here to actually make a difference. And it's just about the time that they arrive that South Sudan starts actually fighting back, and they do decent. What the heck? This is around the time they fight back, but they are unfortunately going to be met with some severe consequences for doing this. They did encircle these guys, though. Oh, crap. That's a lot. And now they're using Ethiopia because that's one of the things that Ethiopia agreed to is that they can use their land for 5 years. So they're abusing that. And South Sudan is going to go ahead and surrender. In a peace treaty, we see the rebuilding of Sudan. Very, very nice. It would look a lot nicer if they look like this. I don't know why. Oh, gosh. Tolerance is being stupid. stupid today. But it would look a lot nicer if they look like this. Um, but no, that is not how that's working. Now, everybody to the north of them, so Egypt, all that, they're going to completely ignore this because they are scared for their life. These guys are doing a lot of jumping and they don't want to be associated with that. Now, these guys do have certain ideals, and there's been some recent issues going on down here in Somalia. But basically, this is what it looks like technically. It's just a lot of countries don't recognize Somaliland. However, these guys and following that Sudan decide to recognize these guys. And these guys are actually thinking that these guys, the Aksume Empire has some pretty good ideals that they wish they followed. And so they start to follow them, which eventually they're going to start talking to the leaders, which is going to lead to the Aksume Empire, like full on sending an ultimatum, claiming this land. Now, obviously, Somalia does not want to do that. However, they're pretty powerful, and they still have a year or two of the ability to fight with Ethiopia, and they could maybe, force their government to help as well. Just a little bit of illegal activity done by something that a governmental entity that does not care about the rules of the world. So they're actually going to give in, which is not going to be good for Somalia, and the civilians are not too happy about that, but it's not a lot they can do. They'll get invaded and completely annexed if they don't just give this to them. Now, I'm not going to lie, they're looking pretty sexy right now. Other than this border, which, I guess it's okay. It's an okay border. And this is kind of terrible, but along with... no, this is fine. But, oh, never mind. Okay, I'd say it's a pretty good looking country. If it was a little bit more natural looking, then it would be better. But I'm actually going to end the video here. I know, pretty short video, just like I said. But basically, that's it. Very simple video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's not a normal post. Normally, I just post on Saturdays. But sometimes, I got a little bit of free time, kind of bored and stuff, so I'll just record one of these. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like I said earlier, go ahead, like, subscribe, all the regular YouTube stuff. Turn on notifications if you want to see my video on Saturday. And also my future projects that I'm not working on, but I'm developing them. But yeah, I don't know why I'm still yapping. It's been like a minute and a half of just straight up yapping, bro. But good night and see you. Well, good night for me. Goodbye for you guys.